Hey everyone, my name is Pranjal, and in this lecture, we are going to discuss the concept of inheritance using the and show its demonstration using the Python programming language. So let's get started. Inheritance is a way to form new classes from the classes that have already been defined. The newly formed classes are called the derived classes, and the classes that we derive from are called the base classes. The important benefit of inheritance is that it allows us to reuse the same piece of code rather than typing it again and again. You can imagine inheritance as a father-child relationship, wherein child acts like uh, a derived class and father is like a base class, and the child inherits the properties or the characteristics of his father and has prerogative to all his financial properties. In a similar way, the derived class has the access to the member functions which are the characteristics of the base classes. So let's get started and let me explain you with the help of a demonstration. For this, I'll be creating a class called animal, which will serve as our base class. And let me define the constructor function, passing itself. And for more clarity, I'm adding a print statement. Alright, our constructor function has been created, and as long as the instance of animal will be created, this control passes into this, and the print statement is also executed. Let's define another function, say eat, since all the animals eat, passing itself, and print I am eaten. Let's define another function, um, blood color, passing itself, and print blood color is red. Alright, so our base class has been created, and as you can see it has a constructor function and two member functions which are the characteristics of it. Now let's move on to our first let's see what happens when I'm creating an instance of this animal class. So my animal equals animal, enter. As you can see, the constructor function is called as soon as I'm creating an instance of this class. And since the constructor function contains this print statement, we will have this executed and animal printed over here. Like if I'm changing it to created, as you can see, animal created. Alright, let's move on to creating our derived class, which in this case would be, say, the dog class, because dog is also in category of animal, so you can take the analogy from this. So class dog, and now in these circular braces we'll be passing the name of the base class which we are deriving from. Since dog class would be derived from the animal class, we've been passing animal in these curly braces while defining the class for it. So here we go, and let's define its constructor function self. Now in this constructor function, as you can see, this is the definition of the constructor function of the animal dog class. In this constructor function, we'll be adding a statement calling the constructor function of the animal class, which will be like this: animal, which is a class name, animal dot init self. And for more clarity, let me add a print statement: dog created and inheriting from the animal class. Alright, Now our derived class as well as the base class have been created. Now let's move on and see what happens when I'm creating an instance of the dog class. So dog equals my dog equals dog. Alright, as soon as I'm creating the instance of this my dog class, constructor function control passes on to this constructor function, which is the init function. And since the first line of this is calling the constructing function of the base class, hence the statement animal created has been executed, which is inside the constructor function of the base class. The second function, being the print statement, is executed. Hence, as you can see, we have the constructor, its constructor function of the base class is executed first. Now let's see if we are able to access the member functions of the base class using the mydog instance or not. So mydog.tab. Alright you guys, as you can see, we have the options of member functions with our mydog instance. As you can see, blood color and eat. Please note that I haven't written these functions inside my dog class. Still, I'm getting the options of executing it. This is happening because I have inherited the animal class inside my dog class, and hence I'm able to access the member functions, which are the eat and my blood functions, from my mydog instance, which is an instance of the dog class. Let's see it works or not. So mydog.eat. Alright, as you can see, it's executing the eat functions, which had the print statement in it, I am eating. Now let's execute the other function, blood color. Yes. So this is executing the blood color function too, because it has both the functions present inside it inherited from base class. So this was the way this is the way inheritance works, and this is the way it saves us a great effort and prevents us from writing the same piece of code again and again. As I have said earlier, you can imagine this as analogous to the father-child relationship where child inherits the characteristics of his father. In a similar way, the base class is like the father and the derived class is like the child, and the derived class inherits the functions of the base class. So that's it about inheritance. I hope you guys enjoyed the lecture. Thanks a lot.